Hey guys, how you doing? This is Mike Headley with the Headley Real Estate Show, and we have another fabulous treat for you. We have a young couple who inspired me. I see their post on social media, and they did something fabulous. They paid down $104,221.89 in 12 months. I think it's miraculous. It's a great thing that they've done. I'm not going to say their names. I'm going to have them do it because I mentioned their name before. You guys take it away and tell the audience kind of what you do for a living, and we'll dive right into the questions.
All right. So, hi everyone. My name is Faith.
I'm Leo Jean-Louis.
And I am a pediatric nurse practitioner. So, I have a degree in biochemistry. I have a degree in nursing. And then to do the nurse practitioner, I have to get a master's degree in nursing.
And I'm an occupational therapist. I work in the outpatient setting, helping folks who have upper extremity injuries, and I do that on a full-time basis.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask you guys, like I said, we're going to dive right into it. What sparked it? What made that engine run when you said, listen, we got to get rid of this debt? Tell the audience and be specific as possible. Let them know how you did it step by step.
Yeah, so what happened was when we decided that we wanted to get married, we actually sat down with our pastors to do premarital counseling, and they had asked us, like, what's the purpose of your marriage? Like, why are you two getting married? Like, what are you guys going to accomplish together? And we decided, Leo and I decided that we wanted to be a family that gave generously to others. And we were thinking about all the different ways that we wanted to give to other people, and then realized that a huge barrier that was standing in the way of being able to do that was the amount of debt that we're in. So in total, we have about $211,000 in debt, and there was no way that we were going to be able to give the way that we want to, with having increasing monthly payments and just having to pay back all of that debt.
So I take you setting that up. Like that's it. So that's beautiful. So with that, and I take it and I try to tell people, just in the real estate world, whether it be an investor, a first-time home buyer or seller, you always have to educate yourself. So was that one of the main driving forces, having the education to start that process?
Yes, absolutely. When you look at $211,000 of debt, one may ask, how in the world can you overcome that? So we had to implement some strategies, from day one in order to tackle that debt, because it wasn't going away on its own. Matter of fact, it was getting higher and higher with each passing day. So we had to really implement some strategies from day one and tackle it head on.
Gotcha. Now, with the would there be a recommendation of some books that you guys might probably recommend the audience? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the resources that we have gravitated towards have been Dave Ramsey. So he has a course called Financial Peace University, where it teaches you how to take control of your money, how to budget, how to save, how to get out of debt. Another resource is his podcast, which we would listen to every day after work, like literally every day after work. Dave Ramsey was on. We're hearing stories of other people who are on the journey and getting rid of their debt. It also required a shift of our mindset. I think that was the biggest part, because when you graduate from school, you have this sense of, hey, I deserve to be able to do this or to be able to do that. but it definitely required a shift of mindset. And one of the two books that I would recommend that your viewers read is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and then another one is The Millionaire Next Door. So great books that talk about the habits of the wealthy and the habits of the poor, and you would be amazed to find out like which category you're really living in or your neighbors living in. So those are the two books that I would recommend.
You know, and I'm gonna just piggyback on that. I try to tell my team and kind of anybody who wants to get into business that learners are earners. You know, you have to educate yourself to set yourself apart. So you got the information to do some great things. Now I'm gonna change the conversation a little bit to a little more fun. Who keeps who in check when one wants to say, I want to get off budget? Like who does that? And tell me about that.
So Leo is the one that keeps me in check.
Yeah.
So I mean, we work a lot. So we both have our full-time jobs, and then we both have part-time jobs that we do as well. So since we're working so much, I just think, you know, oh, well, maybe I can get my nails done, or maybe I can get my hair done. We can still have enough money to pay off our monthly payment, so why not get it done? And Leo is the one to tell me, no, Faith, like we have a goal in mind. This is what we decided that we're going to do. We have a monthly budget that we set every single month, and we are not going to compromise on that. And at first, it was really hard for me to accept that from him. But then over time, I began to realize, and he helped me realize this as well, that the process of paying off our loan or paying off our debt is a temporary season that we're in. Like, this isn't going to last forever. So this is our first year of marriage. So let's attack it as much as we can. And then we'll have the rest of our lives, God willing, the next 50 years of our lives to be able to do whatever we want to do. So this is just a season. This isn't going to last forever. So let's just stay focused on it.
Yes, and the budget saves me. So when we sit down before the beginning of the next month, we come up with an agreement. So it's not just me saying, hey, we can only do this or we can only do that. Sure, I'll crunch in the numbers, but we allocate, you know, a certain amount of money to entertainment, to restaurants. But if we come up with an agreement at the beginning of the month, you really can't blame me if you want to go over, because we have both agreed on, hey, it's such and such amount for a restaurant, so this is what we have to work with.
Okay. So here's and it was a question that I had in my mind as you was talking about. How do you deal with, and again, I'm quite sure some viewers may say, well, yeah, that's a great question. How do you deal with if, and I don't know if you guys are the first generation people in your family go to college, but you got some viewers who haven't had that or had that certain level of success. How do you deal with, you've made it, cousin, let me borrow $50, let me borrow $100, help me out with this car bill. Talk to the audience about that. You're sticking to that budget.
So it has,
let me hold something.
So it hasn't come like that yet. It's come more in the sense of, oh, we have a friend who's having a baby shower next month, right? So, or we're having a get together that, you know, it's a potluck style. So it's come in those forms versus someone asking us outright. And the way that we prepare for those moments are, we have a miscellaneous budget. So we have a certain amount every month that it's for miscellaneous, the random things that pop up that, you know, we wouldn't be able to prepare for. So, you know, if a baby shower comes up, hey, we only have this certain amount, so let's prioritize, hey, we're gonna allocate this certain amount towards this baby shower, and we'll save the rest just in case something else happens to come up. So in the case of if somebody needed to borrow money, it would go under the miscellaneous. But once that runs out, then you're out of luck.
Gotcha. Okay. Because you know, some people would do the reverse psychology. I know you got it. And it's like, hey, I don't have it.
I don't have it because I'm in debt, so I really don't have any money. So any money that I'm making needs to go to the loans. That's just what it is.
Yep.
We have to ask that question because I get it.
Yeah, we have to learn to say no. That's one of the things that we've learned throughout this process is not only do we have to say no to others, we have to say no to ourselves.
That's right.
Right? So, no is a good thing when you're in this process. It's not a bad thing. It's a very good thing to have that discipline, have that self-control, that your desires do not control you, your wants, your emotions do not control you. You have the discipline to be able to say, no, not today. Like, let's wait a little bit. Let's wait till next month. So it's definitely a skill.
And that's when that mindset comes in to say, hey, no, you can't do that. No consumption spending. No, I can't get that now.
Exactly.
No. So now we're gonna go to the last part of it. 2 golden nuggets. What would you give to the people? 2 golden nuggets that you would pass on. Both of you got 2 apiece and one to let the people hear.
Yeah, so mine would be, so a lot of our debt came from me going to private school. And yes, private school is great and big universities are great. However, I think it's really important that if you are trying to go to school, if you're looking at schools, to maybe look at community colleges, but then also looking at schools that are a lot cheaper. Because the cheaper school is going to give you the same degree, the same diploma as a private school or a big university, and it's not going to cost as much. So that's one thing that I would really look at. And then also, I didn't look for any scholarships. I had the mindset that it's normal to call Sally Mae to pay for schooling. Like, that's just what people do. But instead of that, there is a way that people can go to school in either little to no debt. And so really searching for scholarships is also a really big thing that I would recommend. And then also, sorry, I have 3 left. Another one is to stay true to your budget and to never compromise on your budget. So if you have a certain amount of money allocated towards maybe groceries, for example, and then once the month ends, you maybe spent less than what you had prepared for, that doesn't mean that you can take that extra money to go do other stuff that you wanted to do. Like, no, any extra money needs to go straight towards your debt. So those are mine.
Good. And I would say to those listening who are maybe out of school already, I would say to, address your debt right away. Write down how much money you owe, the interest rate. Look at what your debt is costing you. So one of the things we don't do is, I guess, most people who are in debt, I guess they don't mind paying more for what they received or what they purchased, because if you wait until the end of the loan, hey, you might end up paying twice or triple the value of that car. And are you okay with that? So that would be my biggest nugget. See how much the loan is costing you and do something about it right away.
No, and just to back up what you said about looking for scholarships. I had a friend of mine, so she lived 4 years in school by applying for grants, right? And then she was debt-free. It's not a problem. But it would be invalid effort of doing essays and saying, hey, I need the money.
Yeah, and there are the scholarships out there. I think people don't really realize how many scholarships are out there. And I read an article maybe about 3 or 4 years ago that was talking about all of the money that is just left over and not used for college students, or that money that's left over and not used because the college students aren't applying for these scholarships. There's so many out there, so definitely look into it.
So they basically have to apply themselves.
Right. Yeah, it's going to take some time, but it's worth it.
It's better than taking time doing that than taking on this mountain of debt.
Of course,
exactly.
Yeah, because we're in our first year of marriage trying to pay it off. When, maybe we would have made some changes a long time ago, we could be enjoying our first year of marriage, going out to restaurants and buying cars and all this other stuff that we wanted to do.
Well, the good thing in you guys' case is that you're taking care of it now, so 5 years from now, like you said, you're going to live life and do what you want to do when you want to do it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Definitely.
Awesome, guys. Listen, you've been, again, thank you for coming back. And again, I know that, like I said, we got an audio problem last time. But I do appreciate you taking some time out doing this again for us. And once we get it going, you can like and share it, please. I'm trying to get our viewership up. Guys, have a great day, and thank you. And it's great telecast thanks for being on the show.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Okay, take care.
All right. Bye.